Big thanks to masterbuilt for sponsoring this video.
When I'm talking about barbecue, everybody always thinks about ribs. Maybe some pulled pork, maybe some brisket, but mainly barbecue ribs. That's going to change. And here's what's new. That's it. Do you like it? You think it looks good? This is a mountain of meat that is just as delicious as ribs, and it may be even better. But the cool thing about this is nobody knows about this yet. This is a first. I promise you, just Google it, you will not be able to find it. And I promise you that once you cook this, you're never ever going to want something else again. It's not going to be ribs, it's going to be, I want this. Well, I'm going to say what it is, but if I say it right now, there's no need to watch the video anymore. But before we get to the point where this is way better than ribs and you're never going to eat ribs again, we need to get past a certain point. Before I tell you what this is, you have to get over the fact what it is that it is. I'm going to make the PitmasterX classic barbecue rub, of which you can find a recipe in a link down below that will lead you to our website, PitmasterX.com. And this is super easy to make, and well, basically most people have these ingredients already at home, so you're ready to rock and roll on the barbecue. Now let's go back to that meat. This is what we're going to barbecue. Of course, it's pork meat. Here you have a big bulb of meat, which is very tasty. It has a lot of intramuscular fat, so it's going to render down, it's going to be juicy and tasty. And the other side has a little bit of a surprise in it, because on the other side, there are teeth. Yeah, this is the jaw of a pig. Now don't run away screaming, because this is a delicacy in Spain. They eat this a lot, and they got the jaw attached. And think about it, when you're eating ribs, you're holding something like this and then, you're chewing into it. And we're gonna do the same thing with this. And stick around, because you want to watch till the end and see how it turned out before you judge it. It might just surprise you. I'm going to trim these up. There's a little bit of skin still left on the meat. That's got to go. Now you can order these at your butcher very easily. I got this at mine. He actually suggested this to me because another customer asked for it. He had it in Spain where it was marinated and then cooked low and slow. But we are going to turn this into a really delicious barbecue recipe. The teeth are on the bone, so these are staying. Once they're trimmed up, all they need is a little bit of seasoning, just like with your ribs. And the meat is a little bit thicker than with ribs, so they can use a little bit more seasoning. Well, they're starting to look tasty. Time to start cooking these ribs. Jaws. Is dit nou de eerste keer dat ik het zeg? Nee. And I'll be cooking on this. This is my barbecue. And it's actually now one of my favorite barbecues because, one, it's very cheap. Oh yeah, and second, it works really well. Want to go barbecue? Go Dutch. Oh, we said we would ride bikes with it. Should we put it on my bicycle? We should try that to prove it. Yip-de-doo! Ride bikes with your grill. This is too easy. I can't do this with a case of beer, hold it on my side, and then ride my bike with it. I absolutely love this thing. Look, we're going to the beach. Well, we're not going actually to the beach. I'm just demonstrating a fact that this is a very handy barbecue. There we go. It's the best way to do it. Ta-da! First thing that I'm going to do is plug it in. Very easy. Or you could just, oh, it's already on. Switch it off. Or you can put in some batteries. But I might be making fun of this barbecue. It's cheap, it is enjoyable. I truly love it. This is a serious barbecue. You shouldn't underestimate it. It is truly an offset smoker. I got my firebox right here and I got my smoking surface over there. Open up the firebox, get the bottom grill grate out, stick in a fire starter, just wiggle it in underneath, and then this goes on the bottom. Light it up. Add some masterbuilt charcoal. And last but not least, add a chunk of smoke wood. Close the lid. I'm gonna set it to the third stripe. And you can see the fan starts blowing, smoke is coming. Close the lid, open up the back vent so the smoke can come out. And now all I gotta do is wait. Wait for my barbecue to get up to temperature. And I'm aiming for a temperature of around 120 degrees Celsius so we can smoke those jaws. The barbecue is up to temperature and I'm going to put my pig jaws on. There we go. Of course I will make it fit. This barbecue can handle anything. We got plenty on. And of course I'm going to take my meter thermometer and stick a thermometer in the cheek of the pork jaw. There we go. This way I can keep an eye on the temperature at grill level, and I can keep an eye on the temperature inside the meat, so I know when it's perfectly cooked. And of course in the cheek, because it's the thickest part of the pig's jaw. And the thickest part takes the longest to cook, so. Close the lid and let's set up the thermometer. Of course I'm doing that with my app. Open up the app, just wait until it shows you the thermometer that's actually cooking. We got a surrounding of 26 degrees Celsius. It will warm up, and the core temperature of the pork is 14 degrees. Now I'm gonna set it. Target temperature, pork, kidney, fillet, shoulder, and I'm gonna take shoulder, but we're going to take a well done. I'm going to go all the way up to 92 degrees Celsius. This is where things are gonna get tasty. Not that I'm going to leave the thermometer in until we reach that temperature, but what I'm looking for is to see how far along the pork cheeks are. I'm going to wrap them probably at the temperature of around 70 degrees Celsius, and then they look like this. They picked up a beautiful smoke color and have a nice little crust. Now I'm going to take them off the barbecue, roll out a sheet of aluminum foil and put the pork jaws on. In the meantime, I made a barbecue sauce. And it starts with 100 milliliters of kimchi based sauce, 50 milliliters of white wine vinegar, a tablespoon of dark soy sauce, a teaspoon of Worcester sauce, 100 milliliters of ketchup, and sweeten things up with a big tablespoon of honey. Warm it up in a Scotsburg pan and your kimchi barbecue sauce is done. Time to wrap them up and put them back on the barbecue. I'm gonna let these continue to cook at a temperature of 120 degrees Celsius until they reach a core temperature of 92 degrees Celsius. It's been about 5 hours and it's time to unwrap the pork jaws. Look at that. That is some delicious looking barbecue. Look at it. Oh, you can see her tearing from the bone. Beautiful, delicious, clean off the bone meat. We got a nice crust, juicy exterior, really nice and popping. Of course, this side looks freaking amazing. The other side's a bit weird, but I think once you get used to it, this could really be a thing. Look at that, beautiful, shiny pork meat. Now, of course, if you want, you can make it ultra sticky, put it on the barbecue, put the barbecue sauce on. But this is not the sticky kind of barbecue sauce. This is more of a salty, savory barbecue sauce. All right, without further ado, pork jaws. Better than ribs? You let me know. You be the judge. Order some at your butcher. Don't judge me if you haven't made these. Judge me after you made these. Boah, juicy. Extremely flavorful. Those jaws, they pack a punch. Even though we put all the spices on and the sauce on, you can taste the pork. It's there. Really fantastic. This is so good. Look, and it shreds off like that.